This morning, I would like to explain a little bit what the process has been in the LVT product category. First and foremost, my name is Piet Dosje. I'm the CEO and President of US Floors, and I think we can say that we have been quite a change agent, a disruptor in this category for the better. So let me explain where it all started and where this product has evolved into, and maybe help you clarify a little bit the issues that we see currently in the market. The reason I'm doing that is because I feel like we, US Floors, as the leader in this category, have a responsibility to explain a little bit, where this product has been or where it started and how it has evolved over the years. So let me start at the beginning. LVT has been on the market for a long, long time. We all know that. Many of the manufacturers in Europe and in the United States have been making LVT for many years. And for the longest of time, LVT was basically, this PVC and calcium carbonate product that was being glued down onto the floor in a direct glue type of format. And this worked very well. Product performed, waterproof. It's part of the floating floor type of evolvement that we've seen in the industry. In the last 5-6 years, or maybe even a little bit longer, this LVT now evolved into what we call a click type of floating floor. So this is a solid LVT product, a 5mm product, where a profile has been, or a click profile has been profiled into in order to make it a floating floor, floating installation. This was the benchmark when it came to floating floors for the last several years. And again, just like this glue-down LVT, waterproof product, this floating click LVT worked very well in the market. It performed from a waterproof point of view, but it had some flaws. It had some issues. There's no question about that. Because this is a PVC plank, for the majority, when it was exposed to heat, expansion, contraction, the short end, sometimes might have popped up. The click system, which of course was profiled into this vinyl product, was not always very rigid, could sometimes break off. And when your floor was not 100% perfect, you might have this penetration of these subfloor imperfections that were showing through your product. But overall, this was the standard, and the market accepted it. And when there were issues, the market kind of resolved these issues. Till about 5 years ago, US Floors, we invented a product called WPC flooring. Wood, plastic, composite flooring. And this completely revolutionized the market. Why? Because the product basically provided solutions to the problems that these products were having in the marketplace. So what is WPC flooring? WPC flooring is a product that's made first and foremost. You extrude a sheet of composite core material that consists out of PVC, calcium carbonate, foaming agents. So you foam it up. You put air bubbles inside this core. This is a sheet, it's about 1 meter wide. Can be as long as you want it to be. You can cut it in 4 feet, 5 feet, 6 feet. Once you have this core, you then apply a layer of LVT on top of this composite core. A layer of LVT that first and foremost has been extruded through a calendering system. Then on top of this layer of LVT, you apply a print film and a wear layer, and that's being pressed together under high pressure in a hot press. If you want an embossing pattern on it, you put an additional screen, embossing screen, that basically penetrates the LVT and gives you that deep embossing into the top layer. And this made a product, which, give you an example here, a WPC product. This is a 5.5mm product. The advantage of this, of course, is the rigidity of the core, the fact that you have a very strong click system that you cannot break very easily, the fact that when You have a subfloor which is uneven. It does not show all the unevenness through this product, so you have a very rigid product, a very strong product that performs very well waterproof. Now, you can obviously apply, and that's what we've done with our COREtec products, a cork backing in order to give it some type of additional sound and heat insulation, comfort level, in order to make a real top-notch type of plank. This plank is registered embossed as well, so that means that the embossing is following the pattern of the decor and really makes for a beautiful plank. So from WPC in the last year, 2 years, we've seen an evolution in this composite core towards more what we call rigid core type of products, RCB, rigid core boards, SPC, solid plastic composite boards. And I wanted to explain a little bit why all of a sudden we've seen this tremendous growth in that category. I explained to you earlier on that the process to make WPC requires quite a few steps, quite a few different pieces of equipment in order to get to that process. Quite an investment from a CapEx point of view. Several manufacturers, and all those manufacturers are in China, have invested, of course, in that WPC manufacturing process. This RCB rigid core process that has, in the last couple of years, or for sure this year, been introduced in the market in a major way, comes about from an extruder whereby you extrude your board, and you direct laminate print film and the wear layer onto the board. So you no longer have to make a slab. You no longer have to go through all the processes that I just described. You extrude a board coming out of your extruder. Imagine something like this, but it's not a foamed up board, rigid construction means that there's no foaming agent in the board. It is a board that's highly packed with calcium carbonate, very dense. And because it's very dense, you can immediately extrude or laminate in the extrusion process the print film and the wear layer onto that board in one process. So you eliminate all the other steps. You eliminate all the other steps because the board is more stable, doesn't have to go through the annealing process, doesn't have to go through all these different processes. You can directly laminate print film and wear layer onto the core. I just want to compare it as well a little bit with what you see in the carpet industry. And some of you are, I think, are maybe more familiar with carpet. In the carpet segment, you have as well a similar type of lineup that you have in our product category. Starting with a lever loop, commercial type product, short pile, not very comfortable, thin. However, you know, it basically performs. When you need a carpet to go into an office or a little doctor's cabinet or anywhere where you strictly look for performance, you put the lever loop solution like nylon or polypropylene product into that location. From there, you know, you can, and again on the lever loops you have a 24 ounce, you have a 28 ounce, you can step it up as well. Just like with the rigid core, you can go from a 3 millimeter to a 5 millimeter to a 6 millimeter. But then if you want to start into more of the comfortable environment in the carpet, you go to an FHA type of more, you know, still basic cut pile type of product, which would be already a WPC COREtec 1 type of product. From there you go maybe into a 30 ounce, 50 ounce and 70 ounce COREtec 1 FHA. COREtec Plus would be your 30 ounce. Then we have our COREtec HD XL would be your 50 ounce. And now, if you really want the ultimate comfort, is the 12 millimeter, where you have a 7 millimeter core with a foamed up, air-filled core 3 millimeter cork on the back, 2 millimeter on the top. You have your ultimate 70-ounce type of product. So just like you have a lineup in the carpet side where you go from a commercial construction, 10-gauge level loop construction to a 70-ounce Saxony, you can line up our composite core collection of products starting from a RCB, a rigid core board, where you have performance, like your 10-gauge level loop, but you don't have a lot of comfort. All the way to your COREtec, where you have more comfort, however, somewhat basic COREtec Plus, where you put a cork on the back and you start giving it more sound, warmth, comfort to walk on, into the ultimate final product that is being launched in the market, which is the 70-ounce Saxony versus a 12 millimeter COREtec type product. So if you want to look at the whole assortment and say, well, is one better than the other? No, one is not better than the other. One category is applicable to certain type of applications, so to speak, and the other product is made for other type of applications. So when you go into the market and you hear people saying rigid core, oh my God, my product is rigid core, it's much denser, it's much better than the WPC. From a density point of view, yes, I would agree with that. But you know, again, we have now been in the business for 5 years with our COREtec line. Our product, because of the density of our core of 950 kilograms per cubic meter, we have not had any indentation issues. So when it's used for the majority domestic residential applications, the product performs very well. If you specifically want to have a product that performs purely in commercial, like I said, in a hair salon or in a location where you feel that there's tremendous chance for indentations with high heels, then you're better off going for the more rigid core, but you will give up some comfort and you will give up some sound abatement. If you want to go for a residential product, which is the majority of what we are selling right now, and you're looking for comfort, you're looking for sound, you're looking for warmth, you're looking for really the ultimate product to live on, to walk on, to play on, migrate towards the WPC, with or without the cork underlayment, or even go to the next level, which would be the ultimate product that we will be launching later on this year, the 12 millimeter WPC type of item. RCB, opening price point, opening construction, direct lamination of the print film onto the core, COREtec 1, foamed up, no underlayment, COREtec Plus, foamed up with air bubbles with underlayment, and then the ultimate product, which will be launched later on this year, which will give you that total luxurious feel and comfort level to walk on. So again, this will not be the end of the innovation in this category, because this category is still very, very young. In all fairness, when we started with COREtec 5 years ago, we revolutionized this whole category. Everybody's now looking at what else can there be, what else can we do in order to improve, in order to differentiate. And we as well, with our new manufacturing plant starting in about a month here, a month and a half, we're going to be at the forefront of innovation and creativity to really tweak the product and take it to the next level. So it's an exciting time to be in vinyl, in LVT, an exciting time to be in this composite core category. Always remember this: when you go for density, you will give up comfort, because you will pack it in just like a ceramic tile. A ceramic tile, concrete floor, very dense, very, very indentation resistance. But you're going to give up some comfort when you go towards the WPC, where the core has air bubbles basically foamed into the extrusion. You are going to bring comfort, sound abatement, warmth into the equation, and will create an ultimate residential type of waterproof floor. All these floors are waterproof floor that will give the consumer a perfect solution and a perfect floor to live on. So sell with confidence. And we at US Floors, we see as well the need for rigid core, so we will be launching rigid core products here later this year, because like I just explained, it really complements the whole palette and the whole assortment that we have. And you will see more and more development in the months to come and years to come. So thank you very much for your attention. Good selling, good luck,